Food time though. Paul Treyvaud is in our kitchen. Tom had a lovely basket prepared for you.
Absolutely, very seasonal. Butternut squash, leeks, mushrooms, fantastic. So I'm just going to show you. I'm all about making it very easy cooking at home.
And he has some lovely colours in there as well, Paul.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, look how vibrant the butternut squash is. So basically, just going to cut it in half, take out the seeds, prick it a few times with a knife or a fork, whatever. A little bit of olive oil, and as Tom said, it makes a beautiful soup, but it also makes a fantastic veg, because just treat it like basically a baked potato.
Or one of the sweet potatoes, because it even looks like
sweet
one of the...
potatoes, absolutely. So basically we're putting on salt, pepper, just for something slightly different, a little bit of curry powder. And just a little bit, because you just want to get that little bit of a taste. And again, wintry curry, you know, it's all going. And
does it matter what type of curry? Is it hot, medium, or?
No, it depends on your taste, exactly.
And the more taste of curry you like, the more you put on.
Correct. Okay. Simple as that. So we're going to put that in 25 minutes or until soft. Might take about half an hour, but we're going to reheat it anyway. Yeah. So if it takes 30 minutes, don't be worried about it.
So in and around 25, and just make sure it's soft. That's the
preheated oven, 180 degrees. And what we always say when people go wrong with cooking is that put it in when it's at 180 degrees. Don't turn on the oven and throw the stuff in. Make sure the oven is 180 degrees already.
So you're doing the fish two different ways?
Two different ways. Well, we have the fillets, but I'm also going to show people how to cook it. So simple at home. Here's your full sea bass. A little bit of butter.
Into the middle.
Into the middle. A little bit of lemon. Just take that guy off the heat for a sec.
That's okay.
Okay, and any soft herb. So I have a little bit of flat leaf parsley, but you can use chives or dill or something. You wouldn't use a kind of a rough herb, as we call it, like a rosemary or thyme. It's just a bit too strong for the fish, and you want to keep the delicate flavour. So basically, we're going to fold it up, make a little parcel, and this is a great way of doing dinner parties, because you can have all this done before anybody's even come near the house.
And not too tightly, it's kind of loose.
Exactly, because you want the steam to go around it. Okay. Yeah. So a little bit of salt.
Bit of sea salt, nice.
A little bit of pepper, and if you wanted to add a little bit of ginger in there or a bit of garlic, no problems, but only a little bit. And because Tom's got us a beautiful wine, we're just going to put in a little bit, and this is what's going to make the steam along with the lemon juice. Now, if you don't like wine, even though that will cook out whilst it's in the oven, just use a little bit of water.
Just a little bit of water, just to create the steam powder.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we tighten it up like that.
That'll go into, how long will that go into the oven for, Paul?
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
That's about 450 grams for the full fish. So again, 180 degrees.
It's fairly fast.
It's fairly fast, exactly.
That's great.
So in we go into the oven.
Looking forward to this now. There's lots of different stuff happening.
Yeah. Now, so we put on our heat. Here's our butternut squash. I'll show you when we take it out. That's it, just mashed. So we're going to put this into our pot.
So you're going to take it out and you're going to scoop it out.
Scoop it out when it cools down, exactly. Like you do with a baked potato to make a little bit of mash. And Dahi, that is your job there now to keep stirring that so we get nice and hot.
Okay. The heat is on there too.
Yeah, it is indeed. So we're just going to put in a little bit of butter.
Would you leave it cool down, Paul, or does it matter?
Well, as long as it's not too hot to pick it up with your hand.
Okay.
So that's it. So we got a little bit of butter, a little bit of honey.
Oh, didn't see this one coming.
Yeah, just again, sweet and savoury works so well with each other. Now, over here, in our pan is nice and hot. We've just quartered the mushrooms there, so we're going to put in a few of the mushrooms. And we're going to serve this.
These are the mushrooms now, you paid 50 cents for
50 cents,
like that.
But button mushrooms, like, people just walk past them and they're boring, but
I love them. I love them. I put mushrooms into everything.
Absolutely.
Spaghetti bolognese, curries, anything, stews,
and it's a great way to bulk up the dish as well. Yeah. Now, leeks. What I would say with leeks, always...
My favourite leeks.
I saw that. I'm under serious pressure here now. Judged by Tom, and you don't like leeks. I'm under serious pressure.
You've only 4 minutes left, so you're under more pressure.
No worries. Take off the top, cut it in half, and always wash your leeks, okay? So just julienne it. That means we just cut it very, very fine, okay? Now, I've got these washed already, so I'm just going to put them in here. And this is what we're going to call a fondue of leek and mushroom. Very fancy name. The French are great for names, but it's basically just slow cooking it down, and you've just got a little bit of a kind of a softer consistency. Again, always season as we go along. The most important thing in cooking is seasoning.
As you go along, not at the end.
Absolutely, because it cooks into it, and you get more of the flavour from it. A little bit of pepper.
Fair play to Tom. He's got some lovely colours going here today with the butternut squash, the leeks, and the fish.
Very Irish, green, white, and gold. I just realised that. And we're going to throw in just a little bit of, well, I love my garlic, just a little bit of...
same as that. Now this pan is heating up as well.
And you want your pan to be red hot, because otherwise, I'm going to go, Martin Shannon always says, no skin, no bone, no hassle. Well, Martin, this one has its skin on it, because there's actually an awful lot of nutrients in the skin of the fish. So again, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, And you want to get your pan nice and hot before you put in the oil, because if you put in the oil once it's heating, it's going to start smoking, and people start to panic when they see it getting too hot. So just a little bit of oil. And it's an Irish thing, but a lot of people won't eat the skin off the fish.
Yeah. I like the skin of the fish if it's well done.
Nice and crispy.
Yeah, if it's nice and crispy, I like the skin.
Now, some people like to put a little bit of flour on it, on the fish, just to make it go brown. I don't, because there's a lot of people with celiacs.
But you can also use there's gluten-free flour there as well.
Exactly,
if you want to
you can use that as well. So, in we go. So these are basically going to take...
I think Tom, you're looking impressed, but we'll find out in a small while what he really thinks of it.
If it starts to curl on you, don't panic. We just have a little fish slice here, and you can just push it down just to keep it.
You really need a fish slice when you're cooking fish.
Exactly, because it's easier to pick it up, otherwise it's going to break.
Out of it,
Okay, so we're just going to take out...
That's another trick we all learned the hard way, I think, Paul.
Exactly.
With wooden spoons and stuff, I try to move the fish.
But that's the beauty of cooking, because people they say, I overcook fish. There's no problems overcooking fish for the first time. We all did it. That's how you learn. So
the butternut, they look really well, so you just scoop them out.
Scoop them out when they cool down.
Turn into this.
Back into here, exactly. We're going to turn up the bit of heat. We're going to put a little bit of cream cheese in with our... This is a great way to make a sauce at home. A little bit of cream cheese melting into the wine. It's very nice.
If you start cutting up that one there, Paul, this will be cooking away here, because, as usual, time is on our side, and
no worries.
We're all hungry, to be honest.
So now you can very easily just it's a bit hot. You can very easily just pick it up and leave it. Look, I even made a little bit of a shape of a fish. And when serve it like this, so when people open it up, you'll see the steam coming out.
And the smell bursts out.
And the smell, you can see the steam coming out. And that fish is very, very, very tasty and very, very succulent as well, because of the way we've steamed it. So now we're going to flick over our sea bass, and again, you can see the crispy.
Nice and crispy.
On it. Now, if you really wanted, you could turn off the heat now and just let that cook in its residual heat for about...
Because that'll cook about 4 or 5 minutes, will it?
Not even. Not even. So, then a little toss of the mushrooms. I'm going to put a little dish here.
And inside there you've got to put
That's where these are going to go, so hopefully they're nice and hot.
Where you go, they're nice and hot there.
Yeah.
Morning, Tom. Would you like to come over for a bit of dinner? Tom brought the wine, good man, Tom.
Yeah.
What do you think? Some lovely colours here, Tom. It's coming together really nice.
Colours, there are wonderful aromas coming across there.
That's our first one.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
Of course, all these recipes can be found on our website. That is rte.ie/food.
Our next one then.
Here, Tom, we'll give you some of this. Start tucking into it.
Okay, you don't need to.
I'm going to have a little bit of that.
I'm going to have a little bit of fried stuff.
And a little bit of this.
While we're doing that, I'll tell everybody at home about our competition. Of course, we have the usual €1,000 to give away in cash. It could be heading in your direction. Here is today's question and how to enter.
So, Tom, how do you like that fish?
I like that a lot.
Very nice.
It's really succulent, moist, and absolutely delicious.
The butternut squash is gorgeous.
How do you make the squash?
Along with the curry.
It's
It has that lovely spice.
basically just
Roasted.
slice it in half and roast it, and it takes 25 minutes. Sometimes they're a little bit bigger, so they might take 30 minutes, but have all that done in advance, because then that way you can just kind of...
gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
mix
is
up.
indeed. And then you can time the fish.
Exactly.
Because that's the one
It's
that's
already done.
difficult. Yeah.
And people don't be afraid. If you overcook your fish the first time, don't worry. As I said, you're learning. So if you leave it in for 15 minutes, well, you know to leave it in a little bit less next time.
Exactly, yeah.
So don't worry. Don't be afraid.
It's all learning, isn't it?
Oh, thank you very much.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Mine on the leeks.
Absolutely, yeah. The leeks like that are really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Deep
Really,
fried
really
them, yeah, they're nice.
Nice
They're
big garlic
different.
there, and the cream, and the cream is always
Beautifully seasoned as
is
well.
always good.
So,
oh, thank you.
potato and leek soup for the dinner.
No, never potato leek soup. Leeks
We'll
like
convert
this,
it
yes.
eventually, you know.
Still to come, we're going to be taking a look at Limerick and something perhaps you didn't know about the Treaty City.
Also, Yvonne is with us after the break, and we are talking about childhood obesity, the growing problem that is childhood obesity, and who should we blame? We'll see in a minute.